Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your photo news fix. Chalk this one up as a win for American drone owners. Sorry, Canada, you no longer need to register non-commercial drones with the FAA. For those who didn't know, the FAA started a registration system back in December of 2015 for anyone who owned a drone, including hobbyists. Now, I did go ahead and sign up, and here is my number. That's not actually my real number, guys. It costs $5 to register, and so far, more than 820,000 people have registered. Now, I know what you're thinking because I was thinking the same exact thing. How much money is that? All right, let's see. 820,000 times $5, not Canadian dollars because that would be much less, is $4.1 million. But how many pennies is that? Actually, it's 410 million to be exact. It's a lot of quiche. A federal court in Washington, D.C. ruled that the FAA's drone registration rules were in violation of a law passed by Congress in 2012. The law, which was called the FAA Modernization and Reform Act, prohibited the FAA from passing any rules on the operation of model aircrafts. This means if you bought a drone for fun, you no longer need to register it. But if you bought it for commercial use, you still need to register it. You can thank John Taylor, a model aircraft enthusiast, for winning the lawsuit. Now, there's a good chance the FAA will appeal the ruling, but something tells me one way or another, the rules will be changed and registration will be back in business. I personally had no problem signing up and registering my drone and prefer some sort of system that makes sense governing our drones. What are your thoughts? What are your comments? Leave them down below. Now let's try something new. Be sure to like and comment on this video, and one person will be randomly selected to win all of my guides, an $8 million value.
Oh my God.
The Nikon D810 is rapidly approaching its third birthday, and Nikon fanboys, aka people who complain a lot about specs, opposed to going out and using their cameras, are chomping at the bit for its replacement. Cue Nikon Rumors, who is reporting the D810 replacement will have the same AF system as the Nikon D5. As always, let me make this clear, a rumor is just a rumor and should not be considered fact until roughly 6 hours prior to an actual launch. Here are some of the other specs Nikon Rumors is reporting that you may find in the D810 replacement. First up, they're saying it will be called the D820. Well, personally, I think it will be called the D850 to fall in line with the rest of the cameras. They expect the camera to be announced in the summer and start shipping in the fall. They claim it may have a 45 or 46 megapixel sensor, probably made by Sony, Steven, with a tiltable touchscreen and include 2 card slots, an XQD and one SD. Personally, I would prefer 2 XQDs because why would anyone want 2 different card types is beyond me. I love having the same 2 cards in my D5. Everyone needs to realize that pro models are not replaced every 2 years, they're on a roughly 4-year cycle. Way back in the day, you were lucky to see a new body every 10 years. For example, it was 10 years from the time the Nikon F4 came out until we saw a Nikon F5. Nonetheless, let's hope some of these rumors are true and we get a new toy soon. I do like new toys, including this one. What features would you like to see in the next D800 line? Continuing with the Nikon news, Nikon just rocked the boat and tipped the boat over, and fired a whole bunch of executives, or forced them to retire, or gave them a whole bunch of new positions that don't actually mean anything. And I quote, Nikon Corporation today announced that the meeting of its board of directors has decided to nominate new directors and officers at the annual shareholders meetings and the subsequent meeting of the board of directors on June 29th, 2017. Basically, what happened is a massive restructuring. Let me read you some of the names of people whose titles are about to change. Makoto Kimura, chairman of the board. Hiroshi Oki, Tomohide Hamada, Toshiyuki Masai, Norio Hashizume, Takura Honda, Maso Nakajima, Tsuyoshi Kan, Atsumi Nakamura, Yojiro Tani, and Tetsuya Yamamoto. I wish them all well in their new roles, whatever they may be. Now, Nikon needs to shake things up and get with the times before they become a sign of the times. Just because you've been around 100 years doesn't guarantee you will be here tomorrow. Unlike Canon, Nikon doesn't have as large of a safety net to fall back on. They need to innovate, iterate, and execute smartly in order to continue to be a big player, or else we may one day be shooting with Nikonis, or come to think of it, Sony would probably buy Nikon, so let's make that Sonicon. I would also like to see Nikon look outside of the inner circle to bring in some fresh blood with some new ideas. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. Don't forget, for a chance to win all of my guides, valued at $8 million, be sure to like and leave a comment down below, and I will select one person randomly to be a winner. To check out the last photo news fix, please click right here. And there you have it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. You like my jersey, by the way? 2.8, I shoot raw.